Hiya guys, a bit of an unusual random selection I've got for you today in my leftover video. These are my oddments. Bits of assorted veg that for one reason or another needed using up. Some mince that my husband got out thinking it was beef mince the day before, don't ask. The last bit of rice in a jar because when you open the new one it fills the jar, so I didn't want to leave a last bit behind. A drop of milk that I'd been basting some bacon with earlier. A random oddment sachet of El Paso sauce, but from the writing I'd no means to know which one it was. And some plain yoghurt that was almost out of date. And a little nub end of cheese. I've put the minced turkey in the bowl and I've added some chilli powder, not much, just to give it a bit of flavour. And you'll see I've added a bit of dried mashed potato. And I add this because turkey mince tends to be that bit moister than other minces, and this just quickly absorbs any moisture and brings it up to the same texture, and so therefore you can actually handle it and it won't fall apart when you use it, and in this case when I put it on skewers. So it doesn't take much to mix it in. You'll see at first the mix is a bit soft, and then all of a sudden, once the mash has had a chance to absorb the moisture, it comes out like that, ready and easy to handle. Then I chop up some mushrooms into quarters, just the right size to match with the size of the meatballs I intend to make to put on the skewers. And because the skewers are wood and could potentially catch fire, I have soaked these for a little while in some cold water. Little mini meatball mushroom until the skewer is filled, and then I place it ready on the George Foreman grill. Repeat until all the ingredients are used up, but don't start them cooking just yet. Now it's time to get the rice cooking. So I have my rice in the jug from the jar and I need to wash it. You wash it till it's clear of all starch, and then you put boiling water on the top to about twice what there is of rice, and then pop it in the microwave for precisely 10 minutes. While that's cooking, we put some sunflower oil in the bottom of the large wok and put it on a gentle heat, because the first thing that gets put into this is the garlic, and the last thing you want is burnt garlic, but you do want it to soften down and release all its sweet flavours. And we follow this then with a medium diced onion, and then the yellow pepper, whose skin had gone a bit wrinkled but was still perfectly usable. Next I chop up some red cabbage. I've had this red cabbage now in my salad crisper for 5 weeks and it's still going strong. I'm trying to find ways of using it up, so this is a new one to try for me with it. Just fine dice that to match the same size as the yellow pepper. I've started the George Foreman grilling the kebabs now, so I'll continue with the vegetables. First a carrot, and I was able to use some of this fresh beetroot. Beetroot is a root vegetable, so if you think of it as taking the same sort of time to cook as maybe swede. And just look at that rainbow of colours. A quick check on the kebabs just to make sure they're cooking nicely, and then a quick check on the vegetables, they're cooking down lovely. A couple of heaped dessert spoons of red Thai curry paste went in next. Whilst that was all cooking away nicely, I decided to put together this little dish of sides. I grated the cheese and popped that in the centre section, and then I had another quick check on the curried vegetables and put them back to cook. I then had a check on the curry and made sure that was okay before making up this plain yoghurt with a little chilli as one of the little sides, and then also to add to the curry to give it a little tangy creaminess to bring it all together. The third element of the side dish turned out to be this lovely smoky barbecue salsa which was really very nice. And so now it's time to plate up. I pressed the rice into a bowl to get this nice shape, and then I used the same bowl to put this curry into. I then placed the kebabs neatly around the rice, but to give it some height. And then I popped the sides in between for colouring effect. They look nice that way. And there you have it, the whole meal. And though it's very different, if you don't try different things, you never know when you're going to discover something. Maybe something you really love. So all that remains is to thank you yet again for watching. And I hope this has inspired you to see the potential in your leftovers. And I'd love you to subscribe and click the notification bell so that next time I bring one out, you're the first to know.